Hey riders, yeah, I'm back again. Back in black. Well, okay. You get the whole point here. It's currently 7:15 or getting close to 7:15. That's when the race hits off, Mountain Standard Time, Alberta, Canada. Just waiting for the whole video thing to catch up. I know I'm live, but the stream hasn't hit through yet. It looks like maybe anytime now. Let's do this. We'll come back to that in a second there. Camera is on. That's good to go. There we go. So now we're in. Yeah, so when I hit start streaming, it's automatically going to pop up on YouTube Studio. It's black screen. I can't see what's going on. But anyways, folks, here we are. Niteor TT. Let's do it. Let's rock. Everyone's decked out in their aero helmets. Well, not everyone. Hopefully everyone's on a time trial bike here. If you're not, just pack it in then. It's going to be pretty tough. Everyone's got at least a Ruby TT bike. Some of the more senior riders here, by senior I mean experience, are going to have a Trek Speed Concept. Specialized Shiv, you could have that too. So, yes, folks, this is Stage 6. I believe this is the first time slot of the TT, so there's going to be more going off tomorrow. Caught this one, though, because these two are dueling to the death. It's kind of funny. They're always in the same event. And that's probably on purpose because Jefferson 95, Darth Puncher. Hey, Darth, thanks for the contribution. Shout out to Darth. Supplied me with an energy gel through Buy Me a Coffee. Really appreciated, dude. Every little bit counts towards helping me keep the channel growing, moving forward. So when I get those little things, I'm like, yes, it's working. Like, people appreciate this. And like I said before, it means a lot to me when people who I respect as cyclists go, yeah, this dude's doing a good job. Anyways, moving on from there. So yeah, had supper, done the chores. I did get a ride in this afternoon. We're just over 5 minutes to go here, folks. Rio de Janeiro, Copacabana. It's only 16.41 kilometers, flat. You know what's funny is John can pipe in here pretty quick if he wants. Hey, and I might try something here. Ooh. I'm going to jump into their chat. And
I did not ride this morning.
I'm just going to turn these guys down for now. So I'll be able to pick up their chat. Just give me a second here, folks. This is totally amateur hour. I'm looking for my audio settings. I should have done this already. I'm the master of leaving things till the very last second. Okay, default microphone array, default speakers. These guys should be able to hear me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey boys, can you hear me?
Can you type to Colin?
Guys?
Yep. I got you, Colin.
Okay, man. You are live, so don't be telling me off like you usually do, right? Haha, just kidding. Yeah, so you guys are live right now. We're currently 4 minutes to go here. So hopefully here, I'm going to crank you guys up a bit. What's the strategy, boys? What are we going to do?
Well, Billy and I have been talking, and the goal is to be like just over threshold power for the whole ride.
Okay.
So I'm actually thinking of not doing a rocket launch or anything, just launching at threshold
And hold it.
holding as long as I can.
Okay, so what numbers are we looking for, John?
Oh Jesus!
What do you think?
Ready
Like
to- ready-
watts per kilo?
I would like to break 24 minutes.
Okay.
And if I do that, I'll be dead.
Okay, John, I was saying here too when I first saw the course. Sorry, there's going to be some delay for me talking to you. This is the first ever TT we did, right? This course. We did a TT way back when, the team time trial for Gem City.
Yes, this is the first one. Correct.
Okay, I do remember that well then. And from what I remember, there is one little tiny bit of a hill.
Yeah, there's a spike with 3 miles to go.
Yeah, it's kind of like where you come off the beachfront, I think. I'm just loading the map right now. Yeah, there's that section, I think, where you cut off the beach.
Yeah, it's at 4.7 miles.
Okay. And is this Clyde? Clyde 235?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, Clyde, this is the first time I think we've spoken. We've actually heard each other. Well, I've heard your voice anyway, so it's always weird for me, folks. It's always weird. So I had a pretty lazy day. I did the Muckers race. Well, covered it right. That was a great race today. Such a good race. A couple of really good sprints. I don't know if you guys have caught the video yet, but maybe tomorrow. I'm going to try to cut a couple of little sprint shorts out of it, because like there was these two dudes. I've never seen them before, don't know them. They were like fighting to the death for like 49th position. It was so good to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I'm going to try to pick out my favorite part of the race. The main sprint was probably my favorite, but just these two random guys that none of us probably know. One guy was named Glenn DC, never heard of him. And the other guy, I think he was a level 4 or something. And the other guy was Saito. I'm like, I don't know who this is either.
No.
So anyways, it's really cool to catch those things. And that's kind of why I keep saying I do this. Just to show this stuff off. Okay, guys, you got a minute and a half. And you're taking off. So I'm going to jump out of the chat here. And we'll go from there.
All right.
Okay, guys, have fun.
Kyle.
Yeah, give her. Okay, folks, you heard it live from the start shoot. How often are you going to get that kind of chit chat inside the minds of the cyclists? So we were talking to SR71, John Chady, Truck Stop Johnny, and Clyde 235, aka Hillbilly. Everyone's got multiple names in this group. I give them extra names. Some maybe they'll ask for an extra name. Maybe I can do that. That'll be something I can do for special videos. So yeah, I was telling the guys there, I did the Muckers race today, covered it. That video's up now. I had someone ask me in the comments, before we get too far, folks, I just want to make sure this looks good. Is the camera tilted? Yeah, it's not bad. I got the light way over here right now. This morning I had it perfectly coming on me. Yeah, just immaculate. Not right now though. I kind of take everything apart, and then I have to build it all back up every time. It's quite painful to do it every time. But yeah, so Spanish-speaking rider asked me, hey, can you put the subtitles on? Obviously, he won't understand what I'm saying right now, which is really weird, but maybe someone else will. They're off, folks. So this is a TT event. Everyone's on TT bikes. No draft allowed whatsoever. Now, not everyone's on a TT bike. I see a ladies rider here who's not on a TT bike. I think it is Charlie Howie. Oh my folks, did I not I may not have downloaded this event, folks. I don't think I did. I apologize for that. So there's going to be a little bit of a... Okay, so not bad. Starlink, really juicy. I actually jumped on here. Did I download this? Yeah, maybe I did download. Yeah, I'm positive I did. That's why I got set up early for this. Jefferson, right off the rip. 5.5 watts per kilo. I was telling the guys there before... John and Clyde. I did the Muckers race earlier today. Spectacular race. I think we had about 80 finishers out of it. And just some really good racing. I mean, the front hitters are spectacular. Bear Remy going on the attack up the main hill. Almost getting over the top. Got caught probably 10 meters from the top. My prediction was whoever got over the top first would win the race. Carlo Calcagni was over the top first. He's out. But Bear Remy might have been able to get away then. I mean, there were some lethal riders behind him. Anyway, so here we go back to this, folks. So I confirmed with John, Rio de Janeiro, Copacabana. This is the same course that Gem City ran their first ever team time trial event that they put on. It's just monthly. We got one going tomorrow morning. At least I do. I think there's a couple going tomorrow. There's like a time frame. Do your team time trial over these days. Rubu's got a team going off, an all Belgian superstar ringer team. I think they go off Saturday morning, 9:30 in the morning, I believe it is, Belgium time. That's 1:30 for me. So I've been promised a keg of beer. I'm just kidding. If I record it and capture it, it's 1:30 in the morning for me. That's basically, some days that's not too long before I get up. Did you see that sign on the side there? It said Rock and Rio. What was that all about? All I know, it says rock. Okay, let's bounce back. Check this out. Bearsville's right at the front today. awesome job. I know Bearsville sent me a quick message. He's recovering from sickness. He's been on antibiotics all week. He was sick at the last event, so he's really been struggling to get back in shape. Looks like he's on the standard Ruby bike, Ruby TT bike. Jefferson probably too. Darth here. Yep, Darth's on a Ruby TT bike as well. Neil Jose looks like he's on something a bit faster maybe. John, I believe, has a speed concept. I think that's the Trek speed concept. That would tell me that Neil's on the same bike. Let's take a look at the map here, folks. So, little undulations going up and down, like, a meter at a time. We're right along the front beach, Copacabana, which is world famous. To be honest, looks too crowded to me. That's all I gotta say. It can be world famous, too crowded. Way too many people in one spot. I would just feel overwhelmed there. But anyways, get on with it. We are at Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro. There is one segment where we're going to bounce off away from the beachfront. I think it's like 4 miles to go, something like that. And you'll notice it. So I was part of the team time trial for this event for Gem City way back when. And I think this is the one where there's 5 of us and 3 of us got away. I think it would be myself, Tony Yeager. I can't remember the third rider at the time, but we actually put about 50 or 60 meters into, I believe it was Roger and Jill's. And even though it's ran as a group ride, those last 50 meters are hard to close. I'm pretty sure they both closed. I know Jill's did for sure. I'm almost sure Roger got back on as well. But to close that last bit, they were doing everything they could, burying themselves to get back on. So yeah, Jefferson is off to the races here. Currently has a 300-meter lead over Darth. So Darth's his main competitor. I think we're going to see some changes tomorrow in the standings. So this is the first time slot of this stage. Again, there's probably 6 time slots. For sometimes I've seen 4, maybe 6 sometimes. There's probably going to be some real powerhouses come out tomorrow. Look, if we're looking at Jefferson here, at let's say, at 4.5 watts per kilo, he's pushing 300 watts. There's going to be riders showing up that they're going to be closer to like 450, and on these kind of flat courses, 400 watts. Let's just say that. I'm trying to look at his numbers here. So close to 5 watts per kilo, he's doing about 330. 350, right there. It says 350 right there. He's a 70 kilogram rider. So if a 90 kilogram rider comes along and pushes 5 watts per kilo, he's doing 450 on these flats. That's what you want. You want the pure, absolute horsepower number. Watts per kilo, I don't want to say it doesn't matter on a course like this, because obviously it does. If you're doing 0.5 watts per kilo, yeah, it's going to make a difference. If you're doing 6 watts per kilo as a light rider, yeah, you're going to move fast too. But some of these big riders can generate huge power numbers, which are really going to help power them along this course. Just going to bounce to the back here. Okay, so we had a rider named Logan D. Beck who started and they've disconnected. Unfortunate, was on the Trek Madone 2, did not select the time trial bike. Yeah, I saw this rider, Charlie Howie, only level 6, so good for, it looks like a ladies rider. Didn't choose a time trial bike either, probably nerves. I hear a lot of people say this in these events. Well, I'm probably going to mess things up. Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. Just don't even worry about it. Just get into the event. Loa. This person's name is John, I believe, on a road bike as well. Did not select the right bike. This person, I would say, with their experience level, knows they should be on a time trial bike, and just forgot to change it. Luis Hernandez, looking, styling, and sharp on this beautiful, this looks like a Quintana Roo to me. Like, just a fast machine. Straight ahead, we got Juan Carlos F. Road bike. Then we got Oscar GTZ. Moss Boss. I've seen Moss. Moss Boss is riding this time slot a lot too. John Shady here. He's already up. So I think, has he caught? To be honest, I'm not sure who's caught who here. I don't know. But I see Neil Jose up ahead. So let's take a look at the gap here. Neil Jose is here. These two yellow blobs. This is Viper 90 and John. Great stuff. The further yellow dot up the road here would be Beresville, then Darth Puncher, and then this. Ooh, we can't see him yet. He's just off screen. The yellow dot you're seeing here, this one here that's not moving, that was that Logan D. Beck rider that broke down at the very beginning. So Jefferson's off the screen right now. That's the lead he has, folks. He is just slamming it out there. So I think he'll be... Let me have a look here. When does he come off the road? No, he's still got to go all the way back down here. Then they kind of cut across. You'll see what I mean. They're definitely a climb, because I remember doing this, like right on the rivet, right maxed out, and I'm like, we got a bit of a hill now. And I think it was the hill. I didn't record any of this. Did I? It might be in the vaults, folks. In the collection, the archives. I've got the archives over in this corner here. Wall of Fame behind me over there. I do have the award-winning notebook, top secret, full of information that only I get to see. I take special notes on riders that I see. So we'll just keep that over there for now. I'll make some notes later. When we did that time trial, I'm getting back to that point, in the archives, I think Jills and Roger were able to like just jump onto our wheels. And I think, the more I think back, I think just Jills made it. I think Roger was stuck about 50 meters behind us all the way. There's a bit of a bump. You'll see it right away. It's just going to kind of off the beach, up, and it was just enough for us to slow down, and Jills just rocking onto the back of us. Check this out. Darth now, he's moved ahead of Beresville at some point. 100-meter gap between the two of them. So that might have just happened in the last little bit here. And then take a look back here. We've got three riders, Neil Jose, Viper, and SR71. So I'll jump onto John's name. When we jump to camera, you're going to see two riders ahead of him. Boom. Take a look at that, folks. Isn't that awesome? This is so cool. So no draft here. All you've got is mental draft, which it works. It works when you see someone just ahead of you and you're just dangling onto them, doing everything you can to get after them. It's fantastic. John here is pulling up beside Viper 90 now. The next jump up is 300 meters ahead. Like, what do? Do you gamble, burn some matches here to try to race up and try to catch Beresville? Hoping that maybe they'll falter? Looks like we have three riders here. This looks like Team Trek Speed concept here, isn't it, folks? Definitely a bike I want to buy. Is that the bike it is? I'm not really sure. I can't see if it says Trek on it. I'm almost positive it is. This bike has a 5 aero rating, 2 weight rating. It's the only time trial bike that is got a better rating than 1. All the rest have a 1 rating. 1 meaning it's heavy. The higher the number for weight, the lighter it is. Kind of counterintuitive, but more stars better. Just think of it that way. Same with aero. More stars better. It's just different with weight. Because the higher the stars, the lighter it is, so it makes you think differently. Okay, folks. Let's have a peek here. So still cruising along. A little bit of a climb here too. Just a couple of percent. So just enough to make you feel it. So Beresville's here. That gap is kind of just holding steady. Darth is maybe just kind of creeping away a little bit. Jefferson just flying. 5 watts a kilo. So Jefferson's like a lean, mean 70 kilograms. Like, that is so small compared to me. Like, wow. I'm able to push big numbers too. So, like, just for comparison, like, say 5 watts per kilo, I'd be pushing 450 watts. I just don't have the condition that Jefferson has here to do that kind of 5 watt per kilo stuff. So he's just going to race away. Like, right now he's grinding out 6 watts per kilo. Just absolutely fun. I'd love to see his heart rate monitor right now. I'd love to have a camera on this dude right now. Okay, so John's pushing forward. John is riding. He said he wasn't going to rocket start. Hey, and what's funny here, how come I haven't seen Clyde? I thought he was in this. Where is Clyde? Maybe he was just in the warm-up shoot. I thought they were both racing in here. Okay, sorry guys. I thought, because I talked to both of them in the start shoot, I thought they were both racing. Obviously not. He's not here. Here's Loa again. Luis Hernandez. Juan Carlos. Moss Boss. Neil Jose. Just dangling off the back here, Viper 90. Neil Jose, not a very heavy rider, probably sub 70 kilo. Viper is a bigger rider. Viper's probably more, what is Viper, 80 something kilograms, I would imagine. Am I right about that? Yeah, he is. Maybe, yeah, about 80 or something. Sorry folks, actually might be just under 80. Here's John. Riding nice. I asked him what kind of numbers. He said threshold numbers, so no rocket start. Just get there and hold it all the way. So I'll be doing this tomorrow morning in the team time trial. The Gem City ICC team time trial. The course, I don't even know. I have no idea. All I know is it's 31 kilometers long. Too long. My team, I'll apologize in advance. That's all I'm going to say. I'm supposed to be the team leader. I guess there's quite a few hills on it. Lots of downhills, uphills, downhills, this, that, the next thing. Yeah, I don't know how I'll do. We'll see. Hopefully I can just hold it together. John's doing a nice ride here. I think if you can ride like 3 watts per kilo on these, you're doing a pretty good job. 42k an hour. Bearsville, 3.5, 3.6. Darth Puncher, 3.5. The thing about these, you're spinning so hard in your little gears. That's what happens to me. I got a 50 on the front. It's not big enough. I get spun out and then my heart rate really spikes. I don't know if I'm actually going to live stream that. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm guessing everyone probably wants me to, but we'll see. And then after this, so that's at 10 a.m. in the morning, and after that, 11:45, social ride. So if you see this video between now and then, I'm going to say there's no one in the chat. Let me just guess. No one. Oh, there is. Penelope's here. Penelope was saying she was just going to go to bed. Penelope, you are up so late. Wow. Like, it's 7 o'clock at night here. You are the night owl. Like I was saying, if it was like 2 o'clock in the morning for me, I'd almost be getting ready to wake up for the next day. Penelope, the time trial here, this one, it's basically run whatever bike you got. Everyone has a time trial bike. There's a handful of riders that aren't even on a time trial bike, so they've lost all the aero gains that everyone else is getting. Look at this. Okay, I thought it was a bit closer there. Can John bring Beresville back? I think Beresville's picked up his pace here a little bit. So you can see he's on a time trial bike versus was Moss Boss? No, he's on the same one. Yeah, Logan brought down. Like Charlie here. Oh, good. Look at this. Charlie's catching up with Oscar. Charlie here's on a road bike. Probably just at level 6, you probably don't know. So, Charlie, I don't know who you are, but you're doing great. You're actually working really hard here. I can tell. 3 watts per kilo. Great job. Lighter rider. So, go to your customization. Select a faster frame for this. You have a really fast Ruby branded time trial bike there. Just going to jump back to the front here, check what Jefferson's doing. So right now, Jefferson's 3.6 miles to the finish. Let's see the map. See, there's riders still on the outbound leg here. I want to see where Darth is. See, there was a bit of uphill and downhill before when they cut across. Oh, yeah, there's a big turnaround. Wow. That was just like Vulcan mind meld action there. I said, yeah, there's a bit of a turn. And as soon as I clicked the button, it went to it. I forgot about that. So there's a bit of a climb at the end that you got to get over. Let's watch John do it. So this is probably where Jill's caught up with us. Yeah, take a look at this, folks. You got this 6.5%, 7% stuff. Get over the top. Ooh, look at John here. 6.5 watts per kilo on the time trial bike. So the weight of the bike's not great. Although he is on the lightest bike. Gets going down. It's going to accelerate quick. Away we go, folks. So Penelope, you asked TTs, there's no drafting on these. So it's just you against the clock. That's all it is. Like, who actually is the fastest out there? Today is Jefferson. He's got a 1 kilometer lead on Darth right now. So, I mean, and Darth is pushing out great numbers. Like, 4 watts per kilo at this point? I don't think I'm doing that. I probably rode this at 3.1. And Jefferson is just smashing, like, close to 5 watts per kilo. So, Jefferson being our Colombian friend. Darth from the U.S. Obviously, Beresford's from Chile. John from the U.S. So, John's on the finishing stretch now, too. Still riding. And look at John's number. He said he wanted to ride at his threshold. To me, that's right around 3.2 watts per kilo, apparently. Because he seems to be, like, right there. Just motoring. So I think these 2 riders at the back, Charlie and Oscar, is just up the road a little bit. We've got John here, Loa. That's John as well. Take a look. We got Luis Hernandez just ahead of him on this contender. I really like these bikes. I always talk about them. Love them. I really like the triathlon time trial bikes because it's like whatever you got, just bring it. Whereas the UCI TT rules, the bikes are a little bit milder. The triathlon bikes, they've got weird fairings on them and places to keep your food and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, after I did the Muckers race today, the coverage of it, I went and did another one, Keep Your Summer Going routes, really short. Actually, I think me and Penelope were talking about it, 22 kilometers or something. Okay, Penelope. No, Penelope, this is this one here. This is the Niteor Road Championships, 6 stages. Anyone can enter, and this is the final stage right now. There's different time slots, though, for stage 6, because not everyone's going to ride at the same time, just due to time zone differences. So this is more of the North American, South American time slot, obviously. So everyone here is from the States or South America somewhere, Mexico, Chile, Colombia. There's more times tomorrow. So this race will be ran again tomorrow with riders who could potentially be faster. But at the average watts per kilo that Jefferson's holding here, this might be a very, very tough time to beat. He's going to be in the hot seat for a long time, folks. That's tradition at time trials. When you set the fastest time, you sit in the hot seat. They have a little booth. They have a nice chair for you and all your little snacks and whatnot. TV camera focused right at you as you wait for every rider to come in to see who's going to bump you out of that seat, and then they jump into the hot seat. Some guys will sit there for 2 hours. Some like unknown, or, you know, not unknown, but some young dude that just hits it out of the park, sets a really fast time, might sit there for a couple hours waiting for the big guns to come along. So yeah, like, take a look at this. All these buildings in the background, Copacabana. Like I said, it's a pretty narrow beach, and there's a lot of people that go here. So, looks dead right now. This must have been filmed early on in the day. Jefferson come to the finish line right now. First place. Bouncing back to second place, Darth. Are there different stages in an overall? Yes, there is. Yeah, so for this one, Penelope, for the Niteor Road Championships, I'm trying to promote Niteor as much as I can. I talk to the Niteor dude, David, all the time. David is in the Discord as well. And he created Niteor. It tracks all the races. They get times really quick. They made a 6 stage, so a couple of hills. They climbed rolly ones. They did Alpe d'Huez. They did a prologue, which was like a 4.5 kilometer all-out race. Yesterday was kind of a... Was it yesterday? Wow, I'm on here a lot. There was one... Was it El Ducado or something? Yeah, that was a good stage too. You know, just a few hills. And this one's just all-out Hammerfest. There are leaderboards, so you could win a stage, but not win the overall. You could finish second on every stage and win the overall. There's people that have came and done really well and then missed the next 3 stages. They're never going to win. The teams that you're talking about, that's for the Gem City ICC. That's tomorrow. Well, it may have already started. John has it set up over a certain time frame. My team goes off tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So 5 riders on the team. I'm just trying to get back here to watch Darth. There's 5 riders on the team, 1 leader. It's set up as a group ride. So you're not going to get dropped right off the back. Ooh, Darth working hard here, folks. Look at this, no joke. Almost 8 watts per kilo here, coming into the finishing stretch right now. He's behind the barricades. Wow, awesome finish, dude. Way to go, Dustin. Bouncing back to Bearsville now, not far back. So yeah, a couple hundred meters to go. It's a 5-rider team time trial, full drafting, full TT bikes. The group ride is in effect, but again, the closer you get to the leader, the less magnet. And so when you've got 4 demons up front pushing, 3, 4, 5, 6 watts per kilo, and you're a lone rider trying to get back on, it's very difficult. You're going to just dangle at the back and maybe never get back on. So hopefully that answers your question. There'll be quite a few of them going off. Like mine's tomorrow at 10 a.m. with Bashak, Roger, Clyde. I forget who I'm missing right now. I'm sorry. I know Rubu does it at 9:30 his time Saturday morning. I might be able to catch that. We'll see. Okay, John's finished. I knew I was going to miss that. Viper 90 coming in next. Thanks for hanging out here, Penelope. It is so late for you, but it's nice to have someone in the chat to add some extra commentary. Viper 90 coming in next. Really nice finish. Neil Jose coming in right behind him. I think Neil Jose actually dragged back some distance there between the two of them. Moss Boss still out there, not far from the finish now. Less than 500 meters to go. Yeah, so if you are a viewer, ask some questions. You know what? Because it gives me stuff to talk about. People say, how do you talk for like an hour straight like that? Well, yeah, how do I? I'm just thinking of things to talk about, noticing things on the race, talking about what I think is going on, how I know the people. It's the community. I know a lot of these people now. I know how they ride. Oh, Penelope just left me a comment there. Oh, sorry. I know we're going to have a start shoot. Let's bounce back here. Actually, let's go to Juan Carlo. See what Penelope has to say. Thanks. Bedtime for me. Work tomorrow, but not until 11 a.m. Okay, Penelope. Have a good night. Thanks for jumping in. Okay, Juan Carlos. Just want to say super shout out to Penelope. She's a member of the channel. Do your YouTube stuff. Subscribe, like, comment. Throw tons of comments at me, folks. I'm going to answer them. Hey, and I do got to say that too. I was kind of looking back through my stuff and like, there are comments I've missed. And I said I wouldn't do that, but it's probably just like I think they were comments mostly like someone else jumped into the comment thread and it was someone else responding to that. So I kind of felt like, well, I didn't really need to respond to that because 2 different people were talking, but there's a few in there that I never responded to. So I'm going to get right back on top of that. So if that ever happens, I'm definitely not ignoring you. Sometimes things just slip through the cracks. Sometimes I know for a fact too on my phone, I'll be sitting on the couch at night, I'll reply to someone, and then the next day I go and look and it'll say, so on my studio, it'll tell me comments you haven't replied to. And I'm like, I replied to that last night. So there must be something on there, like maybe I'm replying to it and then just not hitting the send button, or maybe there's a done button. Juan Carlos coming in 8th place. Then we've got John here. I don't know how you say his last name. I know he's a John. I don't know if that J in his name that's the John in his name. I was calling him Loa for a while. Ooh, look at this. Quintana Roo comes up. Loa's reacting now. Yes, get it, dudes. Get it. Look at these 2. This is awesome, Kate. This is the highlight of this race right here. So Lewis came over shoulder and John did react, but they're probably just totally wiped out now. Awesome stuff there. Lewis came out of nowhere there. I really wasn't paying attention there. Just chatting away like normal. So Oscar's still out here. I think Oscar's just, pacing ahead of Charlie Howie here, is my guess. I see Oscar a lot in his events and stuff. I think it was the America's Watts events. He kind of slowed down a few points, try to give some people assistance, help people that are maybe new to the cycling thing. So like Charlie Howie here, I really hope to see the video. Great job, level 6 rider. So great job jumping into this and taking this on and not being afraid to race. Let's just get you on a time trial bike next time, because you'd be moving way faster. 186 watts, 140 watts, 29k an hour versus 34k an hour. Yes, he's putting out a little bit more absolute wattage, but a lot of that's due to the time trial bike. It's so aero. So this bike here, even the one, they're all 5 aero. Charlie, the bike that you're riding, will be at max. I think that's what it is. It might be like a 2 aero rating. So like you're like just a piece of plywood getting pushed into the wind. You ever hauled a piece of plywood outside and it's windy and it almost takes you off like a sail? That's what this is when you're ramming into this air. Versus Oscar's bike that you can see is super aerodynamic. It's like plane wings cutting into the wind. Wide like that and skinny to kind of knife through. So here we go, folks. I think we're coming on to the final stretch here now. Oscar's only 600 meters from the finish. Charlie's not far behind, so we're going to hang out all the way to the end. Cheer Charlie on. Get through this race. She's got the beach to her right. You can see there's a beautiful bike path there too. Been talking a lot today, folks. Like I said, the muckers called someone about a job. Might get me back into the energy industry a little bit. Fingers crossed. Actually had a few responses today too, like, hey, set up a telephone call for this one. That job's like 2 hours away though. I'd have to really think about that. Then another one that's local, like just kind of a whatever job. I want this to be my job. Sponsors, come on in, welcome. Jump right in, get into this. I was telling the boys earlier, John and Clyde, there was 2 spectacular sprints in the Muckers race today. Well, there's probably more than 2, but there was a really good one for like 49th place, 48th and 49th place. So good. It's in the notebook. And I'll probably try to cut those up into a little clip. I'm hoping I can like edit it and add some music to it, because I really like the music to it. And my audio is already on there, so it may be hard for me to mess with it, because my audio is built into that video. I don't know if YouTube has the power to strip out my audio or quiet my audio. You could do a voiceover and add music, and then there's like kind of like output levels. So like for my Megadeth Symphony of Destruction, I know it's a good song, right? It's an awesome song. You can't deny it. I had my volume maxed out, and I had Symphony of Destruction like down to like 10%. And that was because when I recorded that, my phone is sitting up high here, basically on a phone holder, and I'm just projecting to it versus a headset. Anyways, who cares about the technical stuff? You guys just want videos. Let's do it. Okay, folks, Charlie's coming to the finish line now. There's going to be a lot of these events tomorrow too, so if you're looking for something to check out, look for the Niteor events. Niteor. Great stuff. I love the stuff that Niteor's doing. David, the Niteor dude. So this is his little creation here. So there was an America's Watts events. Then David put this event on. So really good stuff. Charlie Howie, great job. Level 6 rider. Finishing strong. Yes, finish strong. You got it. Look at that. Finished at 7 watts a kilo. Love to see that. Not racing anyone. Good stuff. So yeah, look for this tomorrow. So this is what I keep saying. Niteor RC 24. Road Championships 24 is what that means, 2024. Stage 6, race 1. So tomorrow you're going to see race 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. However many there is. Yeah, so that's it, folks. Another great race. To me, Jefferson just fully locked up the championship for this, because I think it was just him and Darth going all the way to the end racing there. Basically, there's some other fast riders, but they haven't done all the events, so they haven't accrued all the points like everyone else has. So anyway, folks, second stream of the day. We're already at 40 minutes. You know I love my long-form content. Outside of a smattering of shorts that I've done, I did a quick little promo video yesterday for the Muckers events. It's always going to be long-form here. That's just how it is. It's how I want to do it. When you watch cycling on TV, you don't sit down for an 8-minute video. You just settle in for like a 6-hour stage. That's like some of my greatest times in the middle of July on the mountain stages, when they'll cover like every second. It shows them signing on in the morning. They all sign on. You know, they got a board, they sign on. They get on their bikes. Then they get led out of town. They're just like barely moving, and the red car's there, and the dude's standing out of the sunroof looking, doing this to them. He does this a lot, like, slow down, dude, slow down. And then someone at the back will get a flat tire. So then they're like, oh, okay, well, we got to wait more for this guy. Okay, keep slowing down, keep slowing down. So it's called a neutralized start. So they're not just going to like shoot a shotgun off in the middle of a town square. Let's go on these narrow streets. It's neutralized. We're going to get you out of town, but people are still kind of getting into position, depending on the type of stage it is. Somewhere out of town, that guy with the sticking out of the sunroof will drop the flag, and then they're gone. Why am I talking about that? I almost lost it. Because on those days, some of the big mountain stages, the stage will start at like 3 a.m. in the morning, maybe 4. And it'll run till like 9, 9:30, 10. I love those days. That's why I do my videos long form. I want you to see it all. I want you to learn something. I want you to learn about the riders, see what they're doing. Anyways, I'm rambling. This is Colin, Inside Cycling World. For all your inside cycling stuff. Going to start doing some other things here pretty quick. It's just being formulated in the background right now. I'm working on it. I've got some stuff set up on my PC. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Throw me a comment. Friend me anywhere you want. There's a Buy Me a Coffee link if you want to help support the channel further. That's all I got to say, folks. It's nighty-night time. It's YouTube time for Colin. Actually, it might be hot tub time. Anyways, we're going to end the stream right now. See you later. Adios, riders.